Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 54 of FTB Revelations with Direwolf20. Today, I want to do a couple things. First off, see, this is a magma crucible with an induction smelter, right? So I'm going to do something similar here. I'm going to pop you down, and you're going to, I think you're out the back and out the top. Yeah, so we want that, and then that. And then I have a pulverizer here, who, much like this induction smelter, will be blue, blue, and that. Cool. So today I want to real quick add some extra processing of resources. Just because I feel like this would be a good move for me right now. So let's pop these dudes down. You, Pulverizer, are going to get the Tectonic Initiator and a couple of speed upgrades. And Magma Crucible, you're going to get a few speed upgrades. Hooray. Augmented up. And then what I want to do is have item conduits for you guys. Much the same that we have for the next one. So you here are inserting on blue, extracting on green. You're also insert on blue, extract on green. But you don't really need to extract on green, so that's fine. So you, Magma Crucible, should be inserting on blue. Right? Nope, not you. Hold on. Nobody panic. Burp, 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 burp. Not yet. Don't insert yet. Because I'm going to need filters for this, aren't I? I totally am. I know how to make advanced item filters, but I didn't auto-craft basic item filters because I are genius. So your insert should be filtered to whitelist pyrotheum dust. Because this is going to work very similar to this setup, right? So pyrotheum dust gets whitelisted in there. And then the other guy is going to whitelist petroleum dust. So I do need to filter whitelist petroleum dust on you so that now I can enable that insert. Cool. And then you should be good. And you really don't need to be extracting anything. Cool. And then you, buddy, keep 10 of these dudes in stock at all times. Thanks, Chief. Nice. All right, petroleum, which can go into the magma crucible or into the pulverizer and help me out by increasing the yield of pulverizations, which I might want to do for a few things like aquamarines. So aquamarines, for example, if I just regular pulverize them, I'll get 6. But if I tectonic petroleum pulverize them, I get 9. So that's a pretty big increase. Nice. Okay, cool. So what I think I'm going to want to do there, then, is this will probably just be a manual for now. I can't think of any reason I need to automate that fully. It'll just be like an every now and then type of situation. But we do want to have, like over here, extract green always active. Extract green always active. And that should be cool. Nice. Okay. So I got these aquamarine shales from my my void miner, and that looks pretty good. Yeah, I think that works. So like I said, it probably won't be like an automated thing. I'll see if there's anything that like tectonic petroleum-ish would make sense to do in an automated fashion. But for now, it'll just be, I need, you know, a lot of this resource, and I notice I get more of it from tectonic, so I'll go ahead and toss it in there. Real simple setup that I just want to do on camera real quick. However, today, one thing I'd like to start looking at is maybe wither killing time. I think it's about time we started looking at getting nether stars and wither killing, and I'm trying to come up with ways that are more interesting than I've done in the past. So in the past, I've always had like the beheading sword with a mob spawner from Industrial Foregoing, and I feel like I've done that routine quite a few times. Now, there's obviously other ways to go about it in the pack. So we have deep mob learning, for example, and we can totally deep mob learning wither skeleton skulls, right? Like, that is not a problem. But that just seems boring. Like, yes, it does a good job, but it's not, like, fun or interesting or exciting to make, right? Like, I make a couple machines, I stick the thing in there, and then we just wait, and eventually we'll get a bunch of pristine wither, and done, right? Boring. Let me see if I can come up with something more interesting. Something I've never played with is the vorpal enchant. And we're going to need a couple Z-Logic controllers. And maybe it's not a good time to make that like a... Do we have that? Oh, we do. Good. Give me 3 of those. Thanks, Chief. The vorpal enchant from COFH increases the chance for heads to drop. So I want to throw that onto my Ender Sword, right, if I may. So he's got sharpness, he's got looting. I'm going to go ahead and toss that dude on there. And see what we can do. I would love to get that Ancient Tome of Looting 3 from Quark, but I don't know if there's any good way to do it. But that's kind of the plan. Let's do that. We're going to pop into the nether and see how good a job this thing does at giving me Wither Skeleton skulls, and then we have to figure out from there what to do about it. Alright, let's go ahead and toss this guy on here. So 27 levels should be all I need to get vorpal. Cool. And to put you in here is going to be 9 more levels. Doot doot. Man, take accelerating on a sword. Sounds like a good time. So looting, sharpness, and vorpal. Nice. And you're empowered 3. What would be involved in getting empowered 4? Because I feel like why not, right? Right? Empowered 4. So that would be Octadic and a blank. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem, right? Give me a blank upgrade module. And give me an Octadic capacitor. And how much experience will I need for that? 16 levels. I don't know how many levels I have in my book, but, you know, it should be fine. Man, we haven't gotten either of them done yet. Come on, Chief. All right, there we go. Empowered 4, which I can then use. Boop, there you are. All right, and then you get empowered 4. Nice. Well, that's cool. So that just has more energy storage, I guess. I think it does a little bit more damage, and I think it does a little bit better overall, right? Also, less durability damage goes to the tool, more goes to energy. All right, let's pop over here and see what we can find by way of wither skeletons. And I'm just gonna have to figure out how I want to see how the sword does, and then what I'll probably do is create a dedicated wither killing dude. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I haven't entirely planned this out yet. I don't really know what I'm doing just yet. Does that frighten anyone? It should. I haven't figured it out. But let's try killing some wither skeletons and see how we do on skulls. That's ultimately what I want to do right now. Figure out how good this vorpal enchant is compared to what we normally do, which is the whatchamacallit from Tinkers. At this point, I'm like, what is going on? For like the last 10 minutes, I've been chilling here in the nether, and there's been like no mob spawns at all, and suddenly, finally, things started showing up. So that's cool. So let's see what's up. You. Give me a head. Hey, I did get a head. To be fair, I did get a head on the first wither skeleton that I killed. So that's something. That is something. Any other wither skeletons? There should be one around here somewhere. Hey, there he is. Hey, you, give me a head. Not bad. Between looting and vorpal, I feel like that's pretty good. Alright, cool. I mean, statistically, only 2 numbers is not a good sample size, but knowing how hard it is to usually get wither skeleton skulls, I can say with relative confidence that this is a good thing and that it's working pretty well. So now I have to figure out how to capture and spawn wither skeleton skulls. I have an idea or two. I don't know how I want to do this. So I've got options, right? I can do Ender IO. I can do, but we've done that before. Yeah. I could do, what else could we do? Ender IO is an option, right? We could do things like, let's put all this junk away that we have all in here. What else can we do? We can do Ender IO. We can do Industrial Foregoing. We could do Draconic Evolution. I don't know that I've ever played with that one, but like we're not quite at the Draconic stage yet. All right, so pondering this and trying to come up with like a new way that I haven't done before that's going to make sense, didn't really have a lot of luck. So I think what I'm going to do is we'll spawn the wither skeletons with the Ender IO spawner, right? We'll try and get like a decent wither skeleton thing going on, and then we're going to see what we can do about getting them cornered up somewhere. And then once that's done, we'll create a sword specifically for this purpose of killing them, and put that in some kind of user and try and get some stuff. So we'll see what we can come up with. Hopefully it'll be neat. We'll see. But what I want to do now is find a wither skeleton. And this is the same problem I had before. Where's all the mobs at? Where are all the mobs at? Hold on, there's something here on the map. Hey, buddy. Thanks. Got a wither skeleton. Yay! Alright, so let's get this thing set up here. So you need to soul binder that thing, right? We need a capacitor. Let's get an octadic. Because why not? I think we need a few levels of experience as well for this, don't we? Yeah, 8. Boy, I hope I have enough experience for what I need to do. That would be silly if I didn't. But I think we have ways of getting experience if we need it. Beyond what we already have. So you're making up some vibrant alloys for me, which looks cool. And get me that octadic capacitor. There you are. Nice. Where'd you go? There you are. Okay. So that'll get that thing cooking. Then we need a powered spawner. And what I would love to have is like a cool, nifty, traditional-ish styled, like, lever for on and off for all the different mechanics. So at least we can have some fun with redstone wiring. Okay, and then the powered spawner with the broken spawner for 16 levels goes in here. Oh boy, my experience is getting real low. But there you go. Now we've got a powered spawner with wither skeleton ready to roll. Sweet. Now do we have... Yes, we do. Sweet. Solidified experience. Now can I... Hello. That looks pretty good. I actually have another thought, actually. I'm not sure if this does work, but can I just drop this dude right in here? It does look like it, right? It's just filling her up. That's pretty cool. Okay, I'll take it. That's another way if we ever decide that that needs to happen. But hey, look, we have plenty of experience now. Those actual additions experience orb things, they're a little bit OP. I know that. I'm well aware. But on the other hand, they're so nice to have. So I'm thinking what I want to do for designing this building is get some Tyrian, which should be cool, right? I think that would be neat. Let's see. I've got a chisel in here. And we can do, I'm thinking black strips. Does that look cool? I like that. I feel like we've used Tyrian before. I'm sure we have, to be fair. And then let's get ourselves a building gadget and get ready to build a nifty little building for this purpose. And then we'll kind of continue from that point. All right. So where do we want to put this thing? That's a good question. You know, I kind of want it enough away from my base that I'm not constantly being annoyed by, you know, the sounds of mobs. And this might wind up being a multi-purpose mob spawner. Like, there's potential that there'll be more mob spawners happening in this area. So we'll have to figure that out too. So I want to actually make the room bigger than the radius of the powered spawner, right? Let's see, where to put this dude? I mean, I could just put him, like, back here-ish. I should probably get rid of this. This nonsense right here is really not necessary anymore, is it? Whee! This was just me figuring out how stuff worked. This big old mess that I made. Okay, that's a little bit better, right? So maybe back here-ish would be a cool spot. You know what? Right here seems perfect. I like that. I like this spot right here. Okay, so if I had a powered spawner just chilling back here, ready to roll, right? Show me the range of which you can spawn mobs in. Okay, so that's the range within which it can spawn mobs. So what I want to do is expand one block in each direction, because let's just imagine, and I don't even know if this is going to be true, but at some point maybe we'll have a 3x3 of mob spawners, right? So if that's the case, we're going to want to have a room that supports that. So what I'm going to want is basically going out to here, right? So that way that, you know, if your mob spawner's here, you need to be this, don't you? right? So if your mob spawner were here, that would cover up to that spot. Make sense? So I'm just future-proofing this build so that hopefully it's ready for in the event that we want to do some stuff. And speaking of getting ready for some stuff, let's get ourselves an octet capacitor here. I might have a better capacitor, but I'm not going to worry too much about it for now. So does that seem fair? Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, and then you over to here. Yeah. That looks good to me, right? Perfect. Does that height seem reasonable? I don't see why not. I mean, it doesn't have to be particularly tall. I just don't want it to be too short, right? Yeah, it seems good. Boop, boop. One too tall. How do we feel about this? I like this. Yeah, this is nifty. Now, how did I do on guessing the amount of Tyrian that I would need? I'm thinking not as much as, not as good as I had hoped I would have. Yeah, chicken, I hear you. Not too bad, actually. I might be in pretty good shape here. Okay. You know what? Actually, not bad. Not bad at all. All right. Now, this thing can totally handle lighting, right? Like, the powered spawner doesn't need darkness, from what I remember. I don't think the powered spawner needs darkness. Is my capacitor ready? It is. Thank you so much. Boop. And you're going to be spawning mobs, and we're going to want some flux stuff. Flux point for receiving energy from the network. Bada bing. And you don't really need anything besides power, from what I recall, right? All right, so you should be running, right? And you're going to spawn wither skeleton skulls for me? Or wither skeletons? Now, I do want you to be on always active. I want the redstone mode to be with a redstone signal. So we're going to move that flux thingy in a minute, but this will be fine. No space found, no viable space, denied by another mod. Really? Really? That's interesting. Are you telling me that my astral ritual is preventing that from doing the thing? Interesting. Interesting indeed. What kind of flooring should we have for here? What's Tyrian look like? Well, two things. One, I'm going to have to move this, right? But we can do that with the copy-paste gadget. I'm just curious what other flooring types, like what would be a cool floor for this? Ooh, this blue plates Tyrian looks neat. I like that. Let's get more Tyrian. That should be enough. Does blue plates look neat? That does look cool. Look how cool that looks. Like, that's nifty too. I'm going to go with this one, and that's going to be our floor. You ready? Exchanger. And then we're going to have to move this whole setup, because that's what's up. Can you be in fuzzy mode for a minute? Thanks, Chief. Okay, I like this. So now, let's get ready to copy-paste this thing, right? Because we're going to have to copy it, we're going to break down what we've got, and then go from there. So you're going to be in the copy mode, and you're going to be clear everything up, and then you're going to go from here to here. Now, yeah, tile entities, not copied to. Two tile entities? Yes, this guy and this guy. Cool. And he probably wound up getting some dirt, didn't he? Yeah, he totally did. Well, that'll be fine. All right, let's break this whole thing down, and we'll be right back, because I have to move him to a spot that's going to be not where this is. So, back in a few. You know, what if we set this up in the deep dark? Does that sound like kind of a plan? I like that idea, right? So let's do this. If we had a Feral Flare Lantern and popped into the deep dark real quick. All right, so let's clear out an area in the deep dark here that would hopefully work. And I'm curious to see if the Feral Flare Lantern prevents mob spawns, because I'm hoping we can have a lit up room for the spawning of these Wither Skeleton Skulls. So let's get our Destruction Gadget out now. And you're going to go here, but you're going to go up. 8 seems fine. Down will be 1, and then left 8. So I think it was about, I think 7 would probably be more reasonable. All right, and our depth too. So that should be probably 11-ish. Hey, that looks pretty good, right? So let's find roughly the center of this room, which should be about here-ish. Does that seem cool? That is not the center. This is more the center. Yeah, that looks about right. Cool. So now if we dropped this dude here, and show me the radius. Yeah, not too bad. Maybe go back 1. And then I'll feel better about that radius. Yeah, I think back 1 would probably be smart. Cool. Yeah, that looks cool. Hey, stop being all hurting me in the dark. I know, but you know. All right, so let's get this thing pasted back in now. So what we're gonna want, actually, is we want to basically depth of 1 this dude. And do I have any torches on me? Not really. We'll just have to deal with this thing. But what I'm gonna do is just clear the floor out for a sec. So let's do... Dude, come on. Do I have torches? Just for a sec. Okay. Let's get this floor cleared out. So I want to go... I think that should be cool. How's that feel? Pretty good? Yeah. Now, why is up 5 and down? Why does that look funny to me? Well, is this size wrong? Oh, yeah, it is. Look at that. Okay, so let's bring this down 1, and that should be better. Now, if that's that, is that what we're talking about? 2 on that side and 1 on that side. How does that make sense? Okay, but that actually does look good. Okay, so what I'm thinking then is let's get all around this 1 more, but we want to move it back 1. More like this-ish. Yeah, I like that. Just trying to make this look nice, because, you know, I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. So that'll be the flooring, right? And when we show the range on this guy, yeah, boom. Okay, and then what we should be able to do is paste our copy paste in here. Can I reset you and then also rotate you? There we go. So how's that look? I think that looks pretty cool. Though you're not quite the centered spot I would expect you to be on. Let's shift you. That looks good. Yeah. Okay. We actually need a little... Well, no, actually, that's fine. Yeah, I think that's good. Let's just make sure that the back here is cool. paste it in and see what happens. Turn you off, and that looks good to me. Though I expected you to have more of a background, but we'll fix it. Exchanger. And let's get the up here. I'm going to throw the Feral Flare Lantern right on top. Does that seem reasonable? And hopefully that will allow mob spawns. Or, you know, from the thingy. Light up the area quickly, would you, sir? Thanks. All right, that's not too bad. Okay, so this looks pretty cool then, right? And that should work. So now let's just temporarily get power down here. I didn't mean to do that much, really, but it's fine. Okay, so you can come in here, and let's see what you do with way of spawning mobs. Cool. So tell me that you can spawn mobs in the Feral Flare Lantern, and that'll be nice for me. Nice, that's what's up. Okay, so active with signal. You think they're getting, like, boosted damage because we're in the deep dark here? Because that would be funny, actually. What do you mean denied by another mob? Don't give me denied by another mod. No space found denied by another mod. What? Could that be the Feral? Nah, it can't be the Feral Flare Lantern. He doesn't prevent mob spawns. Not that one. It just lights up the area. And we literally just spawned one a second ago. Explain. Erg. No space found denied by another mod. Huh. What if we got rid of this thing then? And we made, where's the thing that removes it? Clears residual lights from a Feral Flare Lantern. Meh. Okay, no, we're cool now. Nice. Now, is it just darkness that you need? Or, like, what's the deal? I'm just curious. Like, now I'm just experimenting, right? No space found denied by another mod. Does it have to be dark for the wither skeleton for the spawner dude? Huh. Weird. There you go. Nice one shot there though, right? That's one of the things about vorpal is it gives you like a chance to do like massive damage. Are we getting low on power? I feel like we might be. Alright, let's pop home for a minute and see what's going on. Because I might be suffering for power at this point. Which would be a nice segue into having to increase my... oh yeah, we are. Look at that. Yeah, we are wrecking our power reserves. Might be a nice segue into now's a good time to start upping our nuclear power. That would be cool. Okay, so that's a thing. Alright, I'm down with that though. I'm okay with this. So let's make that area look a little bit better. And kind of go from there, right? So let's get actually red. We're going to want this stuff, redstone conduiting. And let's just try and make this mob spawner room look cool. You know what else I might want is some dark glass. Don't we have dark glass? Dark clear glass. Yeah, that would be cool. Nah, there's dark ineffable glass. That's what I want. So basically I want you. Give me like a stack of that. Thanks, Chief. And smelt that up for me, would you, redstone furnace? And then we're going to want to dark ineffable glass that thing. Boop. Moonstones, huh? That is diamonds with lunar reactive dust. I can do that. Because isn't that just lapis in this thing? Works for me. That should be enough. Okay, and then you, and you, and you, and we're cool. All right, to the deep dark we go. Kind of still trying to figure out what that blocked by another mod thing was. I'm guessing it's light levels that was blocking it from spawning, but I'm not really sure. I guess it has to be dark in here, huh? It's kind of annoying. It's kind of annoying, but we'll survive. So dark ineffable glass, which is definitely one of my favorite blocks in the game, right? It both blocks light and allows players to pass through, but not monsters, which is awesome. Sweet. So let's get some dude going on. I would like something like that, right? And that's cool. And I know it's probably very dark on the YouTubes, and I apologize for that, but I don't think there's anything I can do about it because apparently you don't like to let things spawn. Let's do here and here, right? And here and here. So if I do that, are you going to not let things spawn active without signal? Oh, you still spawned. Only one, though, and right on top of the block, which has me a little concerned. I just want to see if light actually does prevent them from spawning. Well, who seems to be spawning now, even though it's well lit in here. So that's interesting. That's very interesting. Huh. Ah, now it says no space found denied by another mod. So I think it does actually require darkness. So if we get rid of all this lighting. And again, totally out of power, right? Totally out of power. So we're seeing no space found denied by another mod, but hopefully now that it's dark, it'll be happy. Man, it's been so long since I've used these things that I've completely lost track of how they work. Also, I need to charge up my food thingy. So lots of wither skeletons, please. Yay, wither skeletons. Okay, so to home we go. Let's charge up our food thingy. I have to do something about that. I should get saturation going on. That would be cool. So I don't even have to rely on this V food thingy anymore. All right, so let's do this. We've got the basic concept for what our mob spawner is going to be. Let's wrap up the episode here and come back next time. I'm going to try and find a way to make it so that it can be lit in there without preventing mob spawns, but I don't know if there is a way. But worst case, I could always just, you know, throw like a light switch on the wall. We'll come back next item and play with some redstone. We'll turn the thing on and off with the redstone signal. We're going to create a machine that will automatically kill mobs using a sword that I want to create a sword that won't take any durability damage at all and only needs to be charged by RF. And then we'll create an auto charging system for that sword. And then we'll find a way to make the mobs move towards the sword. I don't know, we'll figure out something cool. And that'll be neat. All right, for now, Del20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.